On first down, Dobbins. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a give, right side. Dobbins, and he's got room. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Just that thing.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. He had over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in this wild card game.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 36. To throw is Jackson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Rashawn Gary. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll try the left side. Dobbins. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That's going to be caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in.
Move out my way,
bitch. Take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
Yeah, that nigga got to play ball.
Touchdown run. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive.
Jock beat the shit out of Tyler.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let me get him shooting. Let me get him shooting. Let me get him shooting. Let me get him shoot out. Oh, shoot out. Oh. What's that, right?
Let's go. 6. 10 Lobo. 6 right there. 56.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He's brought down by Deion Jones. It's a pickup of 6.
Hey, Will.
2nd and 4.
Hey, good shit, Murphy.
Coverage, and it's intercepted.
Break it. Turn back.
By Byron Murphy.
Break it.
And
Hey,
they will take
Murphy,
over
get right.
at the 29-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Dobbins, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
You said what? You played the game?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
I will.
Jackson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Saw man coverage on the perimeter, and that was a pretty good throw. It's one of those ones that wasn't an easy catch, but it's one that he thinks that he should have come down with, although I'm sure the opposing cornerback would beg to differ.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to have the connection to Foster.
You better keep your toes
And he's going to be
in.
out down inside the 20 at the 15. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Jackson on first down, escaping the pressure right. Touchdown, Packers. Delaney Walker there to make the grab. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Badgley on for the extra point.
That's that Tyree Jackson scrambling.
And
I've been playing
good.
nothing but
Jumped out
scrambling
here
for
to a
Tyree
quick
Jackson.
14-0 first quarter lead.
Skateboard is so bad. You get that shit, they cancel it.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
He got better from the last year because he used to miss
This
a
is
lot of
fielded at
passes.
the goal line.
Oh my God! Don't give it to him.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended there. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Carter with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. They'll try and throw for it here.
The fucking, that's what I'm talking about, Carlton Davis. That's that little cartwheel shit you got, boy.
Somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off.
Yeah,
the Packers are going to get the football back.
Thank God he got that
motherfucker. Field position. So they'll come up first and 10
saved me because I knew what play was coming.
Jackson now.
Hey, what kind of blocking is that? 17? Look at the hole.
Play is blown
fucking
up, losing yardage
shit.
back at the 35. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Fucking kind of dumbass blocking is that?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. This from 54 yards away. Badgley's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine a head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
He's going to look deep for Perriman. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Now Saquon Barkley, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Ready?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Sit up.
56.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah, right there. 56. Yeah. Watch the twist. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Let's go.
They're going to try and throw.
Give me that.
The throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good,
65
so skilled,
running block
and
him.
hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. From the 44, Jackson. Open man here is Foster. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Kill.
They'll run on first down.
Oh, my
Dobbins.
God. Hold your block.
Anthony Barr in on the tackle. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. You must be.
Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Jackson. Got an open man, it's Foster. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Dobbins. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 15.
On 2nd down, Dobbins. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Throwing is Jackson. The quick slant caught. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And the lead is now 24.
Next to score, Packers 24, Giants nothing.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Ain't been nowhere but in the house. That's what make you more thorough.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. It's Barkley on the counter, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a third time here on fourth down.
Go!
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
Yeah, sometimes that should be happening, boy.
Hey, hold on. Mike, number 53. Mike,
Now a run. This is Alfred Blue.
Oh, that's Blue. Why the fuck is Blue in
5
the
yards
game?
is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 17, Jackson being chased out left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll try the left side. Dobbins. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 3rd and medium. They opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Jackson. And it's caught. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Playing with danger right here.
They were held out last time. Here now is 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Who knew I was going that side? Show me the opposite side.
One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. 2nd and 9 now. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning, threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins.
There we go, Dobbins.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
That ball like he wanted to fumble.
Here we go. Put your money. Let's get out the field.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
You can only play
Anthony
one
Miller
round.
there to make the grab. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
So
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more.
Like that remix. He said what?
Following the
said,
touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1.
Tackle.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Oh, shit.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Look at me, zipper. Big grip.
Back to throw here.
Hey, good catch.
Hey,
don't get freaky on. Hey.
Picked off by Byron Murphy.
Oh, this nigga Berkeley fast. This nigga went out of bounds and came back in. Watch that shit, James. The shit bounced off my nigga head, too.
Right now, 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do.
100, ain't it?
Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on,
and
show your teammates
Tell me about
you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside.
Oops. I would have, too.
You're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
On 2nd and goal. Jackson.
My boy Tyree Jackson got the wheel.
He'll tuck it in, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
Check my boy Tyree out.
Tyree Jackson saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Badgley, up and good.
Tyree Jackson got the
that
wheels.
will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Oh, nothing, dog.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game. They're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
The hell y'all blocking? Go get the ball.
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up every
fucking adjustment.
Complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. DeAndre Hopkins, 76 yards. And it's for pride now, but the Giants do get a bit closer.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild
card. As soon as he called Hike in the middle of me about to do that.
In this case,
oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught, Smith. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards.
Damn, man,
on
he got that fucking touchdown.
You see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Switch, switch, switch.
Now Jackson. Flush to his right. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Robert Foster, 78 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
Squeeze in.
Well, they talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
I knew he gonna try it again. He wasn't gonna spread this time.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far...
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Now a give right side. Dobbins.
Keep going.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator. Wouldn't we clip out the box score? Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Badgley on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Next to score, Packers 51, Giants 6.
They sound like a biased Baltimore fan with that analysis. What boy put in it, he said if it's 4th and 7.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
And him going head-to-head is Troy Polamalu stopping him or he getting the first. Nigga, boy, facing.
And a good return as he'll be
He
stopped
said he's
just
juking the fuck out
shy
of
of
him
the
to take it.
30-yard line.
I don't know about all that. He might get it. It's going to be tough, though. It ain't going to be it. Not Troy Polamalu. They said...
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think that there's any
He trying to make it seem like that's just going to be a piece of cake.
Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
There you go. I finished my
They'll set up the throw. Going deep for Hopkins.
Hell no.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I got my adjustments in that.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey,
they'll set up to
I see you, Murphy. Oh, you got to take this one to the crib now, Murphy. Come on. Give me one. Yes, sir.
Into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more.
Packers 58, Giants 6.
Oh, shit. Like a coach.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He'll look to throw. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
Oh, my God.
Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears.
Looking to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Lee Smith there to make the grab. And the Giants gain a bit of respectability.
Oh, you see they kind of
Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you,
What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film when those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now Jackson on 1st down. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. So after the sack here, 2nd and 14. To throw is Jackson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Jackson.
Oh,
He can't
I thought
quite
too late.
pick it.
Oh,
no interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The throw there finding its way to Boyle. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It's a 4-yard pickup. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. They'll drop the throw.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
56. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Check 20.
General West. Set go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Second and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Check 50, check 50.
Pilot, 64, weak.
56, Mike, 50.
Bear.
56. It's coming this way, coming.
Now.
Here we go, here we go. Watch the safety creep.
Gone. Let's go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go.
That was trying to get the ball.
Yeah. Pittsburgh. Mike 54. Here it comes.
Now a give, right side. Dobbins. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Give them 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Open man here is Foster. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
53, Mike. Get ready. Check.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest, pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He'll drop to throw.
Oh,
that's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman.
Fucking adjusting.
Brashad Perriman off to the races. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Brashad Perriman, 87 yards. And it's for pride now, but the Giants do get a bit closer. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
Watch the screen.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw, eluding the pressure right. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA.
I'm trying to figure out what May said. That's a good game. Nigga said, yup.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Game.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rocking over pearls and the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter rock, turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket?
Hopefully it do some crazy.